Welcome back to the Kanto and Johto Pokemon Tournament. We're here in the runner-up round, and I am joined once again by Artemis. Hello, Artemis.
Hello, Wrench. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, you may remember Artemis from Group 2, where she cheered Karen on to a second-place victory, and she's here to watch Karen try to get out of this runner-up round and into the final bracket stage again.
Yeah, I would really love to see if Karen can make it through this and get to the finals. I was real proud of her performance in the early stage for those people that managed to see that group video already.
Yeah, and as someone who has, in your duties as a cosplay idol, have portrayed Karen before, that's someone I'm definitely excited to see win on your behalf, or you win as a cheerleader for whatever the right terminology is there.
I'm definitely, vying for Karen.
Alright, well I should probably introduce who is in the groups today. We have two different pods of three that are going to be going against one another. On the first group we have Pryce, Karen, and Misty. And in the second group, Jasmine, Will, and Falkner. We're going to go with the first group first, since that makes a whole lot of sense.
So, said first of all, we've got Pryce, Karen, and Misty. It's interesting having the ice and water type in the same bracket.
It is. I think Pryce's ice is going to struggle a little here, with his ice being resisted by Misty, but if he makes good use of his Wall Rain and his Abomasnow, he could really make a difference in that matchup with the grass type of Abomasnow and Wall Rain having resistance to the water moves and being just a truck in general. He could really put those to some good use. Interestingly, Glalie, though it was pretty weak in his group, has Freeze Dry, which wasn't particularly effective against the opponents he'd been against, but against Misty, it could be very powerful. He doesn't have any super effective moves against Karen, but he's going to match up okay against Honchkrow, obviously, and has some answers to Houndoom, but he may struggle to take down the rest of Karen's team.
Well, sounds like Misty might have the odds against her. Do you think she's got anything in her team that's going to help her out?
I think for Pryce, her Lapras could be really important. It can change the weather to get rid of his snow without having to swap out to something that brings the rain. And it can also turn off his healing, which is actually a pretty large component of Pryce's strategies.
Yeah, that's strong.
Yeah. Her Lantern or her Starmie could be an answer to Wall Rain if she positions properly, but again, it's kind of just dependent on who uses better and who doesn't do the Brock Switch game.
Oh yes, the Brock Switch game. Truly a highlight of Group 2.
Yes. For Karen, Misty's rain is not going to be opposed. Karen doesn't have a way to turn off the rain. Swift Swim Golduck in the rain is going to be faster than just about everything Karen has, and it's probably Misty's most dangerous sweeper if it can start setting up. Also, interestingly, Starmie is running the Colbur Berry item, which reduces a dark move's damage once, and had no play in Misty's group, but could be very useful against Karen.
Well, you've definitely thought thoroughly about this, and it's going to be really interesting to see how those predictions of yours play out. So, you want to get right into it?
Well, I was going to give you at least a little bit about Karen. I mentioned her in the other two, but like what Karen?
Yeah, you mentioned how much she'd get stomped, but
no. I think against Pryce, actually, I would bet on Karen because I don't think he has an answer to Umbreon and Spiritomb. I think they're going to be tanky enough to outlast, and if she can keep Houndoom away from Wall Rain, it could beat the hell out of the rest of Pryce's team. I don't see her having a very good matchup into Misty, but with the rain that Misty's likely to bring, Honchkrow's Hurricane may be a game changer.
Well, that's definitely some points in her favor.
Yeah. So, who do you think, based on my analysis and your analysis as well, who's going to win?
I want to believe in Karen, but based on what you told me, I've honestly got my money on Pryce.
Okay. Well, my pick is actually Misty, so we'll see.
Well, neither of us believe in Karen, but I can hope for Karen to win.
Absolutely. We are starting with Karen versus Pryce. And here we go. So we're going to get Absol into Abomasnow, who sets up the snow for Pryce. Oh no. That's...
Oh, not the switching game.
Hopefully it was just tactical. Let's just hope.
Sure.
Alright, Aurora Veil and Paralysis, so, a little good for each side here. Both making moves. play is not a bad move, but Mimoswine's pretty bulky. Stealth Rock's early. Love to see it. Alright. Glalie comes in. Umbreon, if Pryce doesn't do something about it, Umbreon's just going to paralyze everything that Pryce has.
Yeah, it's really working towards that, the way he keeps swapping them out.
I'm not confident Umbreon has a great way to hurt Glalie enough.
I mean, it could just be that using it for status and not much for damage.
Yeah,
Got the Obama Snow back out.
Sets up the Snow again to give all the ice types a defense boost. Gets the Aurora Veil back up for yet another defense and special defense boost. You can see that move that did about 25% before is now doing 11%.
Yeah, it's a big drop from those veils.
And Pryce has interestingly set up a ton of entry hazards here, so when Karen finally does decide to switch, she's going to take a lot of damage on entry.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big hit for sure. Wonder when she'll decide to do it. Or if it'll be forced from a new Pokemon coming out.
She is slowly chipping away and not losing health on Umbreon because of Wish, so, I mean, this seems to be in her favor. Snow is down.
I guess Pryce really could just be setting up for the late game.
He's got to do
That was
something.
interesting.
Yeah, he's got to do something about Umbreon to get rid of it. Oh, the Swords Dance is something. That is a thing.
Ooh. Oh wow, that was a big hit. There we go, got some damage.
Finally moving in the right direction, but decides to stop. Maybe reading the Protect timing. Umbreon is a tank, like that is definitely a thing, but I don't see this Dugong winning without using Perish Song. That would force him to switch, or excuse me, that would force Karen to switch.
Right.
But what is that? 4 Pokemon paralyzed at this point?
I think so.
This Umbreon is worth its weight in gold at the moment.
Really is odd not to use the Perish Song to force those traps to be used.
Yeah, it's like the synergy that he has built into his team, but for some reason doesn't want to use it.
Umbreon is healed all the way back to full at this point. That's impressive.
Wish is a very strong healing move. And Dugong's only way to deal with this is, okay, well, it gets the Snow set up, which will heal it back, so that's something. But yeah, it just needs to use that Perish Song.
This is a very slow match. They're just going back and forth with low damage abilities and
meticulous play. We've seen some 10-turn blowouts and we've seen some chess matches, and this appears to be more of the latter.
already at turn 32.
Without a single knockout and
no knockout.
without one really on the horizon, as both health are going up rather than down. I hadn't expected this video to make it past the hour-and-a-half mark, but we might get there.
You're gonna have to edit in one of those classic Metapod fighting scene. Feels like what we're watching right now.
Umbreon, use Wish.
Okay, we got a new Pokemon out. Weevil's using some offensive moves.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, wow! Weevil broke the cycle.
And because Spiritomb carries heavy-duty boots, the hazards don't affect it.
The irony.
Oh.
Wow, that triple axle is doing a lot, and missed the Will-O-Wisp. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, Karen is now in a bit of trouble. She's gonna have to deal with the Weavile.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's the entry hazards.
That was a lot of entry hazard damage. At least we are using some offensive moves again.
Yeah, we're
Got
making
another
progress.
paralysis in there.
Yeah, even from the grave, the Umbreon is having a pretty significant effect on this game. I think Yabama Snow already at 8%, easily taken down. But still, 5-4 in Pryce's favor.
Ooh.
And there's the Parish song.
A little late.
Dugong's gonna die, so Houndoom is gonna need to swap at some point soon. Well, unless Karen just decides to give it up, which is an option.
Honestly, with how much damage that entry hazard was causing, I might leave him out there too.
I think that is probably the right play. Yeah, Karen's just gonna give up the Houndoom to get the kill on Walrein. I think, as you said, that's probably the correct play.
That was so ominous. It said perish now.
The mirror match, except...
The real Metapod battle, except it will probably be over in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, Triple Axle is not as good into an ice Pokemon.
Right. Managed to get an ice start off before being knocked out.
Honchkrow will dodge the spikes, but not the pointed stones. What will Mamoswine do?
Oh.
Eat a Heat Wave. Ice Shard
Got him
priority.
right back with Ice Shard.
Yeah. Honchkrow gets a kill, and that's going to get a Moxie boost. Oh, no, wait. I forgot. Karen's Honchkrow isn't Moxie, it's Super Luck. Down to Absol, which is going to turn into a Dark. I mean, it already was, but...
Oh.
2%? Knockoff is enough. Can Karen finish off the paralyzed Glalie?
Can you one-shot?
Oh, the crit!
Oh, wow!
Karen with 2% health in maybe the longest match of the tournament?
She
Wow.
actually did it.
I am impressed. Well done, Karen. Alright, so Karen goes 1-0 so far. Let us see Misty versus Pryce now to see how that match fares. Ready to jump back right in, or do you need some time after that riveting, fast-paced battle?
That was 53 turns of an intense battle with a slow burn at the beginning and then some rapid-fire attacks. But I think I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. Alright, Misty's gonna start off setting up the rain. And get punched in the mouth immediately. What are these two doing? They're like just battling and like, where's the setup? Where's the sitting around doing not so much?
Yeah.
Oof.
Actually starting right off with the attacks this time.
She's gonna heal a little, but okay. Aqua Jet priority.
Yeah.
That'll kill.
I was gonna say, assume that she had a plan for that.
Your faith in Misty is stronger than mine. I don't think the crit mattered there, but never a bad thing to have. Starmie. Alright, probably good swap. Go to the resist. Look, people are switching at times when it makes sense.
That's so unlike what I saw. They've learned so much since I last saw them. And by they, I guess I just mean Karen.
So Nasty Plot's gonna make Golduck dangerous, but yeah, in the snow instead of the rain. Maybe not what you're looking for. Good sacrifice gets, the special attack reduction off the Leaf Storm. Politoed already at 3%, so.
Mm-hmm.
Dugong is going to be neutral to Freeze Dry, but Lapras has other attacking moves and can also reset stats. That doesn't seem to be what you wanted right there, but okay. A weather battle is occurring, and Lapras seems to think Haze is useful. No, it's not right now.
Another Aurora Veil.
Leaf Storm hits hard. But
Yeah, you weren't wrong about Pryce's Obama Snow.
like look how little that takes from Lantern at this point. That's even with the special attack reduction. That's gonna do it for Lantern. Misty down 5-3 at this point. I've been
And
wrong quite a
another
bit.
swap.
But Abomasnow's special attack is now in the gutter, and Starmie has recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I think that's a good time to switch. Glaylie's gonna be bulky enough here. Little late for entry hazards, but okay. Some hydro pump action. Lapras has Rain Dance, so she could turn off the snow. Or she could just go right at Abomasnow. Paralysis is helping her out here. Honestly, I had thought the Dugong seemed pretty underwhelming in the group stage, but it's tanked quite a bit, and now with Perish Song, may get even more kills.
Let's go on for some verification.
Heal block will stop it from using rest or gaining... Oh, the combo! Pryce used it! Whirlpool traps Lapras so she can't swap out, and Perish Song will kill it next turn.
Oh, that's smart.
But instead of switching out himself, he's just gonna let Dugong die along with the
It
Lapras.
seems that way. He's playing fairly.
Misty wants to set up Nasty Plot. She's gonna have to kill now or she'll lose the Golduck. Grass Knot's enough. Critical hit
Oh.
got her there. But the Life Orb takes away some health as it lands. She's got 1 or 2 more attacks. Only 1 with the Ice Shard. So it's gonna come down to Starmie against Walrein and Glalie. Starmie takes a hit from the spikes. Pryce makes an odd swap. Could that be the... Oh!
Whoa.
1% left on Glalie. Another swap from Pryce. I think he may have caught Brock disease.
He might have. This was not what I would highly recommend for timing on swapping.
Starmie gonna heal up. Misty playing it safe.
That was a big recover.
Walrein survives at 2%.
Didn't quite take him out, but he didn't get her either.
That's gonna finish the Walrein. We got another one coming right down to the end. Snow is gone. I think Starmie's faster.
Who's got priority?
And it does indeed
Huh.
come down to who's faster. So, with Pryce losing both matches, that means our third match is going to decide who gets out of the group. We're not going to have a tie here.
I certainly was wrong, but hey, I'm glad to see your prediction was more accurate, and I'm always happy to see Karen advance, so
Either way.
I think
you're-
either way here we'll be pretty happy. It'll be an interesting match, I'm sure.
Yeah, let's see. The final match of Group A, or whatever you want to call this, the first runner-up round. So Synchronize doesn't work there because Lantern as an electric type is immune to electric paralysis. But Umbreon also has Thunder Wave, so Karen can just paralyze other things.
She's starting off strong with the same strategy as before, just try to paralyze as many as possible.
Yep. And we're just having a paralyze off at this point. No one can move.
They're both trying.
Karen just...
Maybe she was predicting a swap.
I think so. She's just continually expecting that the swap is going to happen.
Misty is very stubborn, playing mind games.
And the paralysis, so... Right now, Misty's making a little more progress.
You predicted the swap, but she got you with the advanced move of bringing out one that's already paralyzed.
Yep. Misty understands the 4D chessboard.
Come on, Karen, you gotta do something.
There you go. Wish will heal her up. And then protect her, make sure she doesn't die in the meantime.
It's a good combination.
As the old stall strategy. Oh no. Everything is paralyzed. Okay. Critical hit on the foul
got some
play.
damage.
This could go either way depending on the paralysis luck. Oh, and Misty greeds for another nasty plot. But it works!
Oh, yeah.
Takes life orb damage, but I can't imagine it's faster as while paralyzed than the Absol. Polytoad takes a big hit. And she just gives up the Golduck, so Karen equalizes.
That's what that looked like.
5-5 here.
Just kidding. Not that one.
Okay, I guess.
Okay.
There's mind games going on. Only gym leaders and Elite Four members could possibly understand this high level of competition.
Average people such as myself could never possibly comprehend their actions. I must simply watch in awe.
Oh, this time you get to see Spiritomb from the side you're more familiar with, at least.
I do. Spiritomb did look incredibly strange from the backside. I guess I had always thought of it to be more of an orb around its base and not a disc.
Not really sure what to call it, other than a bunch of tormented souls. Misty gets the rain back again, but loses Polytoad. She just loves to
More swapping games.
bring Starmie in only to drop it out.
I don't know, we know she did spend a lot of time with Brock. She may have picked up some bad habits.
That is very possible. Aquajet Priority once again picks up a kill for Blastoise. And probably because she knows she's dead to whatever move Weavile uses, goes for the priority once more. Sound strategy.
Probably a good call.
That swap, though, is not the best of calls.
More swapping.
Yeah, Sword Stance Weavile is gonna be pretty deadly.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be hard to tank that now. Alright, Starmie, what can you do?
You can get chopped into the throat.
Oh. Wow. Alright, well.
There you have it. Karen manages to advance from the runner-up round into the bracket stage, where she will be in the drawing later in this video to determine who her opponent will be. So, your girl made it through.
Hey, congrats to Karen. Neither of us believed in her, but she proved us wrong.
Yep. It seems like all I have to do is believe in someone else and people will get wins. Because throughout the whole group stage, I didn't believe in Bugsy. I didn't believe in... There's so many that just caught me off guard.
Well, I'm sure that
Oh, go ahead.
certainly kept it interesting for you, at least.
Yes, it did. And speaking of some people that caught me off guard, here's our runner-ups from this second group.
Yeah, so for our next group, you said that we had Jasmine, Will, and Falkner.
That is correct.
Let's see. Jasmine's got the steel types.
She
God.
does. Will is psychics, and Falkner is flying.
Right. Trying to think about how that's going to match up.
So, my thought on Jasmine is that Magneton and Mawile each have an electric move that's going to be problematic for Falkner's entire team. Falkner's just full of birds. They're all flying. They're flying in normal, flying in dark, whatever. And I just don't see the birds having a way to deal enough damage to Jasmine. Against Will, Jasmine's low speed may be a problem, but if she can get Metagross in, it can just go wild. Metagross is ridiculous, and maybe arguably too strong, but if Will doesn't do something about it quickly, Metagross could just go nuts.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what moves Falkner might have to counter these two, but...
So, Pidgeot and Swellow both are carrying Heat Wave, which will be super effective against the Steel types. So that's, I think, if he positions those, they're the ones that can really deal significant damage, but if they go down, I don't see what he's doing against Jasmine.
Probably going to be his best bet for sure. Hopefully he'll use those moves wisely.
No, he's an accomplished gym leader, so I can't imagine he would do anything else. Into Will, I think his Honchkrow really needs to clutch up. Its Dark typing is going to give a huge edge for being immune to Psychic moves. Bringing Sucker Punch, it can really kill the fragile Psychics like he did against Sabrina. I completely discounted Falkner in his matchup against Sabrina, and he defeated her, and he brought himself here over her. She didn't even get past the group stage, so she's completely eliminated. So I would generally consider Sabrina a better trainer than Will, personally. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. He's Elite Four, she's not, so maybe I'm biased, I don't know. But I've discounted Falkner before, he's proved me wrong, so we'll see.
Well, do you think you're going to put some faith in him this time, or are you still too worried about these type matchups?
I can't see Falkner getting a lot of KOs in his round versus Jasmine, so I could see this group splitting one win apiece, but I think Jasmine's going to ultimately take the win. Even though everything on Will's team has something super effective on Jasmine between his fire, ground, and fighting moves, I just don't see anyone but Jasmine getting a lot of kills in their losing round. When, I think Will could lose to Falkner, Jasmine could lose to Will, and Falkner probably will lose to Jasmine, but I don't think the other two are going to get a lot of kills in their losses, which is the first tiebreaker. So I think maybe Jinx can do some work on Will's team, but Life Orb Jinx can't really get more than 2 or 3 kills, even if Triple Axel starts hitting like crazy. So I'm going to go with Jasmine, even if it's a 1-1-1.
Well, that sounds like a pretty fair assessment. I was also already leaning towards Jasmine, though I was honestly expecting kind of more of a sweep from her, honestly. Okay. I guess we'll see, but it would be very impressive for one of the other two to defeat her, but...
Alright, well, let's start with Will versus Jasmine, and see just how right or wrong, probably wrong, I am. Alright, Bronzong into Magnezone, so all steel so far.
Starting off with some damage from both sides immediately. Right to the action.
Be pretty big into most of Jasmine's team, except Metagross, who's part Psychic. So 2 Psychic Steel types clash, and Metagross wins. And Will trying to heal before he takes damage, so that's not good.
Maybe he thought he was going to be slower.
Or that Metagross was going to use Bullet Punch? Well, there's Will's fire moves coming in handy, so...
Wow, yeah, that took Metagross right out.
Steelix is sturdy, so can't be killed in one hit. What will it do? Ooh! It will respond in kind!
Yeah, these are some brutal attacks I have.
In our last group, it was chip damage and positioning and slow. This is just, I'm gonna kill you from full.
This is kill or be killed. It's a whole bloodbath.
Grumpig gets special defense dropped, so that's gonna be... Wow. Very risky to nasty plot there, but Jasmine swapping around. Doing the Brock. But Mawaile's gonna have play rough, and that's gonna take it to 3-2. Can Will find an answer? Leaf Storm is not it into Skarmory. He's gonna keep trying
again,
anyway.
just for good measure. Just in case. Maybe this time. Alright, we've got some regular defense against a
special attacker, yep.
Special attack move.
Very, very good analysis there, and Executor's special attack can't get any lower, so that's I guess Will's just committed to this course of action because he only has one Pokemon left. Hoping for a crit, maybe? I don't know. Well, here's that one Pokemon, the physical attacking Jinx.
Oh, well.
That was a critical. Wow, all while
Oh, wow.
not having any of Will's nonsense, and Jasmine does indeed get her first win, so... I thought the Gardevoir was going to be the difference maker, but sturdy Steelix managing to get the kill.
Yeah, I think that sturdy really is what broke that flow, because Gardevoir definitely had them pretty cleanly.
Alright. Let us take a look at Falkner versus Will. Can Will go 1-1, or will it all come down to Falkner v. Jasmine? Okay, so that is the first time, if I remember correctly, that Noctowl has done literally anything. It only died instantly and was swapped out in all of Falkner's other matches.
I'm so glad that Noctowl has been taken off the bench. Good for you, bud.
So, Blunder Policy is a very odd item where if you miss an attack, your speed doubles, but unfortunately, Grumpig is just going to eliminate it, so not gonna matter. Brave Bird's enough to kill Bronzong. I'm impressed at how strong
Impressive.
this Staraptor. Yeah.
I was not expecting that. Okay, more swapping.
Oh, wow!
Wow! A one-shot.
That is a bulky Xatu, too, so that is insane. I did say I thought Falkner might be able to beat the Psychic team. This isn't entirely a surprise to me.
The number of dual swappings are definitely hurting her, though. Hurting him. Not great.
Ooh, bringing Honchkrow in on the Moonblast. Very awkward.
Yeah.
Gardevoir manages to survive. Down to only 2 versus the 3 remaining of Will. Back to even. Gonna go with Pelipper, and what's Will gonna choose? Executor. A lot of U-turn usage from Falkner, really trying to position himself. Gets a kill. Can Jinx clutch up? Oh wow, I am surprised Pelipper lived that.
Yeah, it didn't do much damage at all.
You turn into the completely healthy Pidgeot. And Hurricane finishes, so we are going to... Will already defeated, losing both matches. We're going to see Jasmine v. Falkner.
Yeah, well, this was consistent with your analysis from the first rounds. He did it again.
Yep, managed to take out the Psychic. So let's see if he can defy my expectations and defeat Jasmine.
Defy mine as well.
Alright, Noctowl into Magnezone.
Noctowl knows how to fight me. Oh, only if you got the chance, though.
Oh no. The Heat Wave miss.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. That was one of their only chances.
Yeah, I mean, I put it down to just Pidgeot's Heat Wave because everything else
Wow.
is gonna...
This Thunderbolt is brutal.
Oh, but Jasmine quit.
Got a swap.
Here's the Pidgeot. Survives a hit. Is it faster than Metagross? It is, so it can roost.
Chose to use it for roosting. Not gonna. Oh, so we're able to survive that hit too.
So healing for 50 and taking 58. So yeah, probably need to get that Heat Wave off.
Did manage to get the burn on Metagross before going down.
Yep, but that won't reduce its special attack, so... Okay, back to Magnezone. More U-turns from Falkner. I mean, it's 6-2 at the moment. It's going to take a pretty miraculous occurrence to get Falkner in this, but who knows? Maybe you can find a way. Jasmine's doing a lot of swapping. Finally,
there's a thunderbolt.
Yeah, just back to the old reliable.
Our game world, we call this BM.
And there you have it. Without losing a single Pokemon,
Yikes.
Jasmine will be the one to advance from this runner-up round. So,
yeah. Thought she might do a sweep, but I didn't know one of the matches would be like that.
So you were actually more correct than I was, where Jasmine just steamrolled the group. So
well, I am sorry for her opponents, but I'm honestly not too surprised.
Yeah, you had it right on. And, you know, I didn't think she'd quite do that well, but, yeah, I'm still pretty satisfied that I didn't get every single guess wrong. So, we are now at the point where we can do the drawings for the opponents in the bracket stage.
All right, for this next and I presume final tournament bracket, we've got my girl Karen managed to make it all the way here. I'm proud of her. I honestly didn't believe in her as much as I should have, I suppose. I'm glad she's proving me wrong. And she'll be going up against Bugsy.
That is a bit awkward because they met in that first group and Bugsy cleaned her clock, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He actually absolutely did. I guess it'll be a good rematch.
Yep, see if she can get the revenge there. And in the second battle, we will have Lance the Dragon Master against Jasmine. Not the worst matchup I've ever seen into Dragons, honestly.
Definitely would be interesting to see how each of them choose to play that one out.
Yeah, I've definitely thought Lance was going to get an easy victory through most of his opponents, but I don't think Jasmine's one of them. I think that's actually going to be a challenge for him.
Yeah, it's honestly good to see a matchup like that with the steel types. It's not going to just be like a guaranteed clean sweep. Following up from that, we're going to have Giovanni versus Blaine. It's interesting they're from the same region.
Yes, and I think Giovanni's got a pretty significant advantage there, being that ground is going to be super effective into pretty much all of Blaine's Pokemon.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Blaine's not going to have many options on ways to damage him.
Absolutely. And in our final battle, we will have Janine versus Whitney. Poison into normal. I don't know who I favor in that one.
That is honestly hard to say. Like, normal type Pokemon can just have such a wide variety of moves in their arsenal.
Yeah, and Janine really surprised me with her victory that I didn't think she was gonna, be the number one in our group at all. So I don't know. We could really see some interesting things in the bracket stage, and I'm hopeful to have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. See, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if Karen can bring out some better moves against Bugsy this time. I honestly could not tell you if I think Lance or Jasmine's going to win. They both have a lot of really strong Pokemon for different reasons. It'll probably just end up being a matter of the matchups or move choices. And Giovanni and Blaine, it seemed like we both kind of agreed was going to be more one-sided, but you never know. We might end up surprised. And then last year, I definitely think Janine and Whitney could put out some really interesting interactions.
Yeah,
there doesn't seem to be a clear-cut winner there.
Yeah, I think we've honestly got 3 really interesting matches that could kind of go either way, and one that I think maybe the Team Rocket boss managed to find a way to rig, so, that all feels pretty appropriate to me.
Or sounds something like he would do.
And then,
to pick on poor 7th gym leader.
If I want to go complete red string theory here, if Janine beats Whitney, Giovanni will have a favorable matchup into Poison as well as the ground type leader. And then if Jasmine manages to get through Lance and whoever wins between Karen and Bugsy, Giovanni will have all super effective type matchups in his brackets. So this could reek of a fix.
Just how far back are we saying this plot is going, though?
I don't know. I mean, Team Rocket did capture Blue at the start of this. I mean, Giovanni wasn't there, but who knows? Maybe it was all part of his directive.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see.
All right. Well, thank you again for being part of the Pokemon tournament.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me. It was really interesting to see, and we got a lot of nice surprises, honestly.
Yeah, definitely not the obvious answers here, so pleased to have done this with you.
I'll be looking forward to see how these go.
Well, you should also look forward to seeing how these are going, dear viewer, and come back in the start of the bracket stage next time.